Mr. Mayor, we are deleting item 2, capital projects update. We're going to pull that off. Yep. Apologize. Yep.
So we had a first motion from Commissioner Coleman and a second from Commissioner Monty. Any questions on the agenda from the public? Seeing none, all that are in favor, signify by saying aye. Aye. Do I have to do that all over?
We picked it up.
We picked it up? Good deal. All right, and with that being said, we're going to have Pastor Gary come in and give us our invocation. Please rise.
Thank you. I am pleased to see that it's a good thing that all these people are here tonight. Usually when I come up and can't find a parking place, it means it's going to be a fun night. This looks like it's going to be enjoyable. Congratulations to all those athletes. Let's pray. Father, we are just grateful for the opportunity to come together as a community. Lord, that word means that we have the same spirit. I just pray that tonight, the spirit of unity here and just the spirit of freedom and liberty. Thank you for the nation in which we live and have these freedoms. A week or so ago, we remember those who paid that ultimate price. We can do this right here. So thank you. Thank you most of all for your son Jesus, who given us the ultimate freedom. Bless these commissioners, leaders in our community that have stepped up to say, I'll lead. I'll be a part of moving forward. Bless them real good tonight. Everything that is said. In the name of your son.
Amen. Amen. Commissioner Clark.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Man, that sounds good. All right. All right. Doing good. Thank you for joining us, Donald. So we have our first presentation today, recognition of Oakview Middle School's athletes. We have our girls softball team here. We have Coach Michael Hernandez. Come on up to the podium real quick. Okay, we have an assistant coach. Is Jimmy here?
No, Jimmy's not here.
Jimmy's not here? Okay.
He got the tryout for the softball team.
Bring that softball team on up here, man. Come on up here. You can go to the podium because I'm going to have you say a few words on their behalf. Make sure that green button's on. You guys get 15 minutes, but you have more than enough time.
I want to say thank you for the school giving me the opportunity and the girls and the parents to trust me and, bring the girls to practice too and support the girls. And this girl got one goal. It was be Queen of Peace and be the champion. And I say, hey, I go work with y'all. You guys want that commission and you want to commit it, and I go follow you. And we work hard and they did it and they did a good job and they come in as a champion.
Nice. Thank you, guys.
Mr. Chair, do you think we can
get... Now we're going to also do... You want to get a picture?
Get a picture with you and the softball team so we don't get too many people crowded up here at the same time. Absolutely. Right? Now, did this injury come from softball? Yeah. Gave it all to the team. I like it.
Well done in the semifinal.
Hang on 1 second. I got it. All right. You want to get something? How about somebody get on the other side of the chair there? We'll even it out. Get the flags in the background. There we go. All right. 3, 2, 1. I've been doing this all week long now.
Yep, right over
Come
here.
on,
We don't need to go that far, we're good.
you got to zoom in. Okay.
Y'all ready? 1, 2, 3.
You got closer if you want to. Good? Any brave souls? Come on.
Yeah, you don't want to get that podium right there in the middle. Come on up.
Please do. Thank you.
Coach can come up and introduce. We can also get a picture.
Yeah. And if I leave anything out, please feel free to help me out with this. Okay? And then next we have our varsity boys baseball coach. Is he in the house? Coach Gray. Coach Gray? Is our team here? Is the team here at all?
They might be out on the, yeah.
What about Robert Bounds? Coach Bounds?
No,
About team manager, Carter? Soccer?
I don't think any of the players
No?
are here, Mr. Chair.
You know what? Then we'll move on to the soccer team, all right? We'll move
There's
to our
just a
girls'
couple.
soccer team, which the coach is Ashley Arnold, someone I know very
Come
well.
on down.
Long history there. Come on up.
You can pull it down for you.
Any words you'd like to say to the girls?
First of all, I'd like to thank you guys for inviting us to be a part of this. This is awesome that Newberry continues to support all of our athletes at the high school level as well as the middle school level. So we really appreciate that, and that's one of the reasons Newberry, is so special. As far as with the girls, we had a great season. We ended the season 12-1-2. We had a tough loss the first time we played Fort Clark, and then we played them in the championship game. We went into double overtimes and penalty kicks, which was, as one of my friends said, the best game in the whole county that day, and it was. So it's a great team. They work extremely hard. I appreciate all the parents and Oakview administrators and everybody that supports us. So thank you.
Bring up.
Come on, Mom and Dad, y'all.
All right, alphabetical order now. I'm just kidding. There we go. Yeah, let the coach get right in there. There we go. You don't even have to.
Charlie, can't see you. I don't know why you and Aubrey decided to go to the back. Y'all are tall or something. Come on.
Coach, you want to go to the back and let one of them? No, you're good. All right, 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. All right, I'm out of the way. Rocking up all these champions. I'm gonna get a little bit. All right.
Oh, one more, hang on. Hold on, one more. That's good. There we go.
We do have one baseball player. You want to come up and represent the whole baseball team? Let me say something. Come on.
If they high school.
Oh, okay. No, he's in the high school. My bad. Do we have any, did we miss a coach out there? You got a, yeah? No? I'm gonna listen, you sound like you know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right. Congratulations. Yeah. Well, Mr. Chair, this is normally where I would say that they need to go because it's a school night, but it's not really a school night, but they all have summer homework, summer reading that they want to get ahead on, eager to rush home, right? But absolutely, you do not have to wait. We can adjourn for a couple minutes, let them exit. So this is your time, right? Right. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Are we back up now? All right. Now that the room is cleared out, and there's like 4 or 5 of you left, we'll move on. Item number 2 has been taken off the agenda, so with that, we're gonna go to the consent agenda. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Okay, so I have a motion by
Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Clark, seconded, yes?
I'm sorry, I may have missed it. Did you ask for public announcement, public comments before the consent agenda?
My bad, you're right. All right, this is the part of the agenda where I ask the citizens if they have any comments, any birthday parties, any tic-tac-toe tournaments, red light, green light.
Come on down.
Oh, that the mic.
Oh, yeah, it's green. Chris Mack, I wanted to let you guys know that we have our first splash day of the year. We do this, it's our 3rd year. We have it 3 Fridays through the summer. We have it in June, July, and August, the 2nd Friday. Yeah, that's all. And thank the city and thank the fire department. Oh, so kind to help us create water and fun for all the kids. It's free, so please come out, enjoy yourselves. We'll be there. Snow cones, bubbles, and a lot of water. Thank you, guys.
Sounds like fun.
They're actually fun. I actually went last year when they had it working in that truck. You get hot, perfect. All right, so we had a motion moved by Commissioner Clark, and then it was seconded by Commissioner Long. Any comments on the consent agenda from the public? Seeing, hearing none, all that are in favor signify by saying aye. Aye, unanimously. So we'll move on to our first public hearing ordinance. And Attorney, could you?
Yes, sir. This is ordinance number 2025-05, LDR 25-01, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, amending the text of the City of Newberry Land Development Regulations as amended by amending Appendix B, the Land Development Regulations, specifically Article 2, Section 2.1, Article 4, Sections 4.2, 4.10 through 4.15, and 4.22, all relating to the establishment of development standards for large-scale retail establishments as defined herein, providing for severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for codification, and providing for an effective date. The appropriate motion is to pass ordinance number 2025-05 upon its reading by title only. You can deny it, or you can move it to a date certain in the future.
With that being said, Stacy, you have the floor.
Good evening, Commissioners. Hope everybody's doing well. We are here for the second reading of our large-scale retail and which is also known as big box, and our overlay district amendments that we've been through with you before. This is one that even Commissioner Long is familiar with, being on the PZB, so I don't feel like this is anything that we have to belabor too much, but we wanted to go through the recommended motion, which is to adopt ordinance 2025-05 on second reading, amending the land development regulations related to large-scale retail establishments, development standards, and amended overlay district design requirements with the Planning and Zoning Board recommendations. And as you can see, we clearly are meeting our goals and objectives of our strategic plan, which is always one of the things that we are primary on our list of things to do. How we got here, you all are very well aware of how we got here. We have started this in 2024, and we are down here to June 2025, and we are hoping for a positive recommendation to move this forward so that we can begin taking some applications for folks I know that are awaiting your decisions on this. We went over the PZB recommendations at the last meeting. I just wanted to briefly touch on them here, and then we can go to the recommended motion. So the PZB recommended amendments were that the large-scale retail should equal 60,000 square feet. We originally had it at 80. They brought it down a couple thousand, 20,000 square feet. Overlay should apply to the entirety of the contiguous unified development. So if it starts at the front of the building, it should also carry on through the whole property. They wanted to widen the buffer zones as follows: Zone 1 from 15 to 25 feet, Zone 2 from 25 to 50 feet, and Zone 3 from 50 to 100 feet. And consider a fourth roadway buffer zone. wider sidewalks in the front of businesses. 15 feet appears to be the minimum. Maximum height of 42 feet within the district. We did some of those, we showed you some of those photos last time on height. And the maximum caps on parking provided. We're feeling like there's gonna be some shared parking opportunities, and with those shared parking opportunities, so we don't have a Chiefland Walmart, we can work on some of those administrative mechanisms, if you're okay with that, to co-locate some of that parking, so we're not getting, 100 spaces for this building, 300 spaces for this building, 200 spaces for this building, when we could co-locate and share parking. And with that, unless you have any questions, that is the motion.
Stacy, so when we're down to the final thing.
Yeah.
This lets the big box retail come in and pull an application,
That does.
and, the 60,000 is what's gonna trigger,
That's right.
okay? And then once we do this, 'cause have we had one already?
We've got
Have we had someone looking? Have we had a big?
Yes, we have, and we have been sharing these regulations with them as well as other folks that are interested, some consultants that are interested. We've been filling them in along the way. We've received comments, we've addressed comments, and they would be in here in this document already.
Okay, seems like they're chomping at the bit to come, so.
They are. As soon as so technically it expires tomorrow, the zoning in progress on it, the stay of them going forward. If this is adopted tonight, they can make application tomorrow if they wanted to. I don't think they're gonna make application tomorrow, but it won't be
Well,
long.
I know,
It won't be long.
it's all about doing the right thing in the rules, regs, everything we've done, and it's still one of them hard pills to swallow for big box for me.
I hear you. I understand.
I'm just not into so I was wondering if they were really sitting on go when this thing hits the ordinance.
Well, Mr. Chair, if I can, passing the ordinance is not the same thing as passing the application. So this only sets the rules and the regulations.
It allows them to come.
It allows them to come in front of you and pitch their case, right? That's all this does.
That is
So
correct.
this is a very high level of development. It's not gonna be like the developments that we were trying to discourage, but the commission still has the ultimate authority to say it's not the right fit, right?
I'll just throw on the path.
Yes, you are. Yes. That's one of the reasons why we opened the overlay back up and made those parameters a little. Yeah, and we want that overlay to affect the whole property, not just the front 500 feet. We want it to all tie together in a unified development. That's why those parking standards are important, because we just don't want massive amounts of parking.
Looking good is one thing, which is what we're wanting,
Yeah,
but also killing our small businesses, if that's what, we've never dug into those that we've asked in Clarksville and seen what these
Yes.
small towns have done. So that's why I'm,
well, this ordinance does not address that specifically.
yeah.
All right, do we have any other questions from the commission? Not, I'll entertain a motion. I have a motion from Commissioner Long. Do I have a second? I have Commissioner Monty on the second motion. Do we have any questions on this ordinance, this agenda item? Seeing no questions from the public, all that are in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Unanimous? It passes unanimously.
Was unanimous? Okay.
Good. Okay, on to the next agenda item, or I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, on to the next ordinance hearing. Update on the fireworks ordinance.
Yes, so.
Fire away.
Fire away, I love it. So we are here for our second reading of this ordinance as well. And our motion to, the recommended motion this evening is, to adopt ordinance 2025-08, on second reading, to approve revisions to the ordinance regarding the sales of fireworks, dates permitted for sales, process, exceptions, and fees. So I wanted to draw to your attention a couple things in red that we need to make sure you're okay with going forward for the second reading. We did go ahead and add November 11th per Commissioner Clark's recommendation. I have on there the temporary sales are restricted to a 3-week period. I've added, after looking at our process, a 4-week period, so giving them 1 month. If that was okay, then we could move forward with that. Just didn't think 3 weeks was enough time to have them get everything in, us approve the temporary use permit, and then be able to set up. So giving them the month gives another week in there. So, you're okay with that? That's good to know. And then the other was, I had asked if you were okay with 2 permitted sales locations per holiday. If you are okay with that, I would I would appreciate you just giving me that feedback on just 2 fireworks sales locations. Okay. Going forward, Commissioner Maison asked, manufacture and sales will be prohibited in residential zoning districts, but will be permitted in non-residential zoning districts and must abut the State Road 26 or US Highway 2741 corridors. I think that puts in one sentence what you were looking for at the last meeting, but I want to make sure before we go ahead and finalize the ordinance that it's not going to happen in your neighborhood, residential neighborhood, and it has to abut the main corridor, which is where everybody would want them anyway if they were selling fireworks. So you can, if you're good with those, you can, motion would be to adopt with those changes, and then I can get those changes codified for signature.
Okay.
Mr. Mayor Pro Tem, would you like me to read the ordinance now?
I wouldn't.
I am so sorry, I slipped right in front of you there, sir.
You're okay. Hey, we work together.
Roll it on.
Make it happen, Captain.
All right, well, this is ordinance number 2025-08, LDR 25-02. An ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, amending portions of Chapter 38, Article 1 and 3 of the City of Newberry Code of Ordinances is amended by amending Sections 38-7 fireworks and Section 38-97 rate and fee schedule, providing severability, repealer, codification, and effective date. The appropriate motion is to pass ordinance number 2025-08 upon its reading by title only.
All right, thank you. So, move to approve. We have a motion from Commissioner Monty and a second motion from Donald Long. Do you have any questions from the public on this ordinance? Fireworks, bang, bang? Seeing none. All that are in favor for this motion signify by saying aye. 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 It passes unanimously. Good job, Stacy.
Thank you very much.
All right, so now we're going to go to item number 8, which is revised Section 12.1 Appeal Section of the Land Development Code.
And this is ordinance number 2025-13, an ordinance of the City of Newberry, Florida, amending the text of the City of Newberry Land Development Regulations as amended to amend Appendix B, Article 12, Appeals, Special Exceptions, Variances, and Interpretations of Section 12.1 Appeals relating to clearer language relating to the appeals process, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date. Providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing an effective date. The appropriate motion is to pass ordinance number 2025-13 upon its reading by title only. And Stacy asked that I just make a brief statement as to what it is that we're doing in the appellate process, and that is, we had an automatic stay provision if somebody appeals an item to the Board of Adjustment, and we kind of reversed that and said, a stay can occur if it's necessary as granted by the Board of Adjustment. So you still have the ability to enter a stay if you so choose, but it is not an automatic stay. So,
Thank you.
and we believe that on staff level that allows for not subverting the process. I think is probably the best way to say it.
And you all had asked us to bring this right back to you after the track line incident, so this is why you're seeing it so quickly, and you'll see the second reading on the 23rd, which is what I want to read here. The Planning and Zoning Board voted a unanimous 3-0 to approve the ordinance with one edit, which is change the 400-foot notice for mailers to 1,000-foot, because they feel like sometimes in ag, you might not be able to reach everybody if you're on an ag parcel or anything like that. So we agreed that would be an easy, you're just letting more people know of what was going on. So you will be the final say on that, but that was their suggestion. And we are hoping to approve this on the first reading of 2025-13, and the second reading, if approved tonight, would be held at a date and time certain of June 23rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. And I have some reasons why we were here, but I think Attorney Walker said it best. We're here to update our language. We basically removed, updated anything related to stay. We made the process for appeal clearer, and we just took out some antiquated language that doesn't need to be in there anymore. And we are here tonight on June 9th, and we will be seeing you again if this reading is approved on June 23rd.
All right. All right, does the commission have any questions on this ordinance? Revised, updated, with that, slice cut? No? All right, if no questions? Any questions from the public? The motion first, right? Yeah, it was the public. It was a. Second. So I have a motion, I have a motion from Commissioner Monty, and then a second from Commissioner Long. Okay? Does the public have any questions on the agenda item? You guys throwing monkey wrench in mine,
It was me.
I know it was you. I see you over there. Do we have any questions from the public on this item? Seeing none, all that are in favor for this item, signify by saying aye. Aye. Aye, it passes unanimously. Thank you, Stacy. I know, I am a forgetter. So, all right, so that moves us to our next, let me make sure. Our next agenda item, which is large-scale future land use map amendment from mixed use to residential low density for a residential development on 159.43 acres parcel named Countryway 2. Take it away.
This will be first reading on ordinance 2025-09, an ordinance of the city of Newberry, Florida, amending ordinance number 4-91 as amended, relating to an amendment of the future land use plan map, the city of Newberry comprehensive plan under the expedited amendment procedures established in sections 163.3184, subparagraphs 2 and 3 of the Florida statutes, and in conformance with sections 163.3161 through 163.3215 of the Florida statutes, providing for a change in the future land use classification from mixed use to residential low density for dwelling units per acre on certain lands within the corporate limits of the city of Newberry, Florida. The Alachua County tax parcel number is 02539-001-000 on a site consisting of approximately 159.43 acres, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, and providing an effective date. Appropriate motion is to pass ordinance 2025-09 on its reading by title only upon first reading.
All right, Stacy, take us there.
All right, so our recommended motion, just to give you an update from the Planning and Zoning Board, on June 2nd, they voted a unanimous 3-0 to recommend approval and transmit this for you all to approve, hopefully the transmittal of this to the state, because this is a large-scale amendment, so this will have to go to the Department of Commerce for their review, for the 45-day expedited review. Motion tonight would be to transmit that ordinance 2025-09, CPA 2412, to Florida Commerce for their 45-day expedited review. This is a large-scale future land use map amendment. It's from mixed use to residential low density, which is 4 dwelling units to the acre. And it's located, for those that know the area well, it's right behind Countryway Town Center Development. It's approximately 159.43 acres. And earlier in the Planning and Zoning Board, there was a Scrivener's error on the parcel ID. Everything has been corrected, and the one read in the record is correct, 02539-001-000. This is the location of the parcel. As you can see here, there's the current development going on in Countryway Town Center. This is adjacent to the east. And you can see here what it is currently mixed use, and it's getting the proposed change to low-density residential on that same parcel. The staff finds the request consistent with the City of Newberry Comprehensive Plan and Land Development Regulations. The applicant is here for their presentation for the property, for the project, and they have they can answer any questions you may have, and I will reserve my right to answer any questions that you may have after their presentation.
All right, who do we are? There we go. State your name for the record, please.
Margot Maurer, AICP with NV5.
Nice.
Thank you, Stacy, for your presentation. I'm excited to be here tonight on behalf of Northfleet Construction with the first application in support of Countryway 2 of Newberry. So this evening, we're here to request a large-scale comprehensive plan amendment on the 150-acre parcel from changing the land use from mixed-use, future land use, to low-density residential. This application was also submitted with a companion rezoning application requesting the city's planned residential development that will come before you once staff has completed their review. So here's the timeline of the project, which began with a pre-application meeting last fall. Both applications were submitted with the requisite materials and have undergone extensive staff review. Staff has deemed the large-scale comprehensive plan amendment ready for public hearing, so here we are tonight before you with the comprehensive plan amendment. Tonight, the applicant is requesting that the City Commission transmit the large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to the state of Florida based on the finding that the application has met all the requirements of the comprehensive plan land development code. This presentation, as well as my expert testimony, provide the competent, substantial evidence, which is supported by data and analysis necessary for City Commission. So looking at the context map, you can see the subject property is located within the city limits and also within the city's urban service area. Pursuant to the city's comprehensive plan, future land use element, urban service area sub-element, lands within the urban service area have been identified as suitable for directing future development. The subject property is located south of Southwest 15th Avenue between State Road 45 and Southwest 234th Terrace. The subject property also abuts applicant's existing Countryway Town Square PD, which is nearing completion following the project's almost 20-year build-out. Currently, this subject property has the city's mixed-use future land use. Under this existing land use, it allows a gross density of 4 dwelling units per acre. This equates to a max potential density of 636 dwelling units. Tonight, we are requesting the city's residential low density, which has a comparable gross density of, or allows a comparable gross density of 4 dwelling units per acre. However, the companion planned residential development rezoning application will limit the gross density to 3.14 dwelling units per acre and permit a max of 500 residential dwelling units. That is max potential. So in my professional planning opinion, this large-scale comprehensive plan amendment is consistent with the City of Newberry's comprehensive plan, goals, objectives, and policies, including specific policies that are cited up here, in addition to staff's presentation, this presentation, staff's testimony, as well as my testimony. Planning level impact analysis that was provided with the justification in support of the large-scale comprehensive plan amendment demonstrates that the proposed amendment is consistent with the City of Newberry's comprehensive plan and will comply with the established level of service operational standards contained within. My professional planning opinion, I also believe this application is consistent with the city's land development regulations, including specific policies stated here. The applicant previously requested the Planning and Zoning Board recommend the City Commission transmit the comprehensive plan amendment to the state. And on last Monday, PZB unanimously approved that recommendation. So this evening, the applicant respectfully requests the City Commission accept staff's and Planning and Zoning Board's recommendation to transmit the large-scale comprehensive plan amendment to the state of Florida based on the city and applicant's data analysis presented in this application, staff's report, staff presentation, applicant presentation, and subject matter expert testimony provided. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer.
That was beautiful.
A copy of a
Thank you.
Thank you. So, all right, that was a nice, nice presentation. You too, Stacy. Well done. All right, so do we have a discussion? Is there any questions that we have from the commission? Commissioner Monty?
Someone explain to me exactly what, mixed use means.
Mixed use is one of our land use categories that requires you to have a mix of residential and commercial. And since they wanted only residential, they have to change the land use from the mixed use, because they don't want any commercial in it. They just want the 500 homes. They have to change that mixed use to the low-density residential.
We seem to be getting a lot of residential and not enough commercial, in my opinion, so I'm just kind of, but I don't know that this would be a good location for commercial anyhow, but, it seems that we're getting not enough commercial to balance out the, residential. We're gonna become a residential community and not a, or what do they call it, a bedroom? Yeah, well, we need to kind of try to move away from that, in my opinion. But, like I said, I don't think this is a good location for commercial anyhow. If it was on 26 or 45, then I'd have a different opinion.
But it's going from mixed use to all residential.
Low-density residential, all residential.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So, okay.
Mr.
I actually,
Chair, I would just say, I understand the commissioner's comment, but I also think that Newberry's 10-year history shows the direct relationship between rooftops and commercial. We've got a ton of commercial that is headed your way. We wouldn't be having some of the conversations we're having now without that residential. I agree with the commissioner also. I don't think that's a great spot for commercial. We want to push all those people out to 27 for it. So, but your staff very much hears that you want commercial, and we are working to bring you as much as we can.
I got a question.
go ahead, Commissioner Coleman.
So is it 3 houses per acre, or is it 4 houses?
3.4.
It's a maximum of 4, but once they do the math on it, it's 3.14.
So it's quarter acre lots, pretty much.
We'll let them talk to the sidewalk.
A little bit over.
I mean, it's quarter acre. 9.26, yeah. All right. Right.
So that number is just an average across the entire site. Ultimately, we'll address lot sizes specifically when we get closer to looking at the PRD, rezoning application, also a development review. But the number of permitted units on the site will not exceed 500 based on that.
All right. Any other questions from the commission? No, you good? I have a question. I think it's great. I love that they're taking away the commercials and making it residential. Let's gear it down. Let's gear more of that commercial downtown. You got that big box store knocking at that door, whoever that is, right? So that's going to draw more people, more customers in, commercials in. The only question I have is this subdivision going to be linked to Southwest 15th Ave in any way? It's got to be a question.
Mr. Chair, while she's looking for that out, I will say this was a topic of conversation for the P&Z.
Okay.
It doesn't this is future land use, so we don't have to narrow down into the nitty gritty here tonight.
Okay.
But I have talked to the applicant, and they are willing to enter into some conversations about how do we make sure we get an access. So I think we can move forward tonight. We can still have those conversations, and hopefully we come to an agreement. But that question was a question at the P&Z as well. And I think in the original plan, there were 2 links to 15th, right? So we need a little bit of time, but we've got a time. It goes 45 days to the state. We've already all agreed. We'll sit around a table and figure it out.
Only because you guys remember that BOCC meeting, 15th Ave being.
I think all the new residents should be able to get a little taste of that chip and seal road right there, just a little bit.
Potholes.
I might add, so I believe it's the applicant's intent to begin development in the southeast quadrant of the property and moving from there to the west and then north of that. So initially, access will be provided through Countryway Town Center. I have 2 arrows on the map up there that show potential or intended access points. Initial.
All right. Thank you very much. So we already had a motion. We had it seconded, correct, Judy?
Second.
We didn't get a motion, and we discussed it. Okay, let me get a motion. We did discuss it. Motion from Commissioner Coleman, and a second from Commissioner Donald Long. Do we have any questions from the public on this motion on the floor? Seeing none, you guys sure? Going once? Nobody? All right, going twice, all right. All right, all that are in favor of this signify by saying aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. That moves us to our next agenda item, which is, all right, ag. All I see is ag, man. That's all I see, and I'm excited about it. Go ahead, Stacy.
You want to
Or
read the
actually,
ordinance?
Attorney Walker, please read this ordinance
Yes,
into
sir.
title.
This is ordinance number 2025-10, LDR 25-09, an ordinance of the City of Newberry amending the text of the City of Newberry Land Development Regulations as amended. To amend Appendix B, Article 4, adding Section 4.24 entitled Agricultural Technology AT Zoning District, establishing standards for the development of the corporate park, future land use classification, providing severability, repealing all ordinances in conflict, providing for codification, and providing an effective date. Appropriate motion is pass ordinance number 2025-10 upon its reading by title only.
All right, Stacy, take it away.
All right, good evening again. So we'll start with the recommended motion, but I'll give you an update from the Planning and Zoning Board. They voted unanimous 3-0 to approve the ordinance and recommend approval to the City Commission. We want to recommend adoption of ordinance 2025-18 on first reading, amending Appendix B, Article 4 to add Section 4.24, establishing the agriculture technology zoning district and its use with the corporate park future land use classification that's already been placed on the ag tech property specifically. And the second reading, shall it pass tonight, would be held at a date and time certain of June 23rd, 2025 at 7 p.m. So as you all are very well aware, our ag tech park is one of our largest, if not the largest, economic development opportunity that we have in the city, and that we're pushing it as best we can to get that going over there next to IFAS. As you can see, it's Objective D 3.3, and that's where we are today. So I wanted to read what our mission for our Ag Tech Research Park is, and that is to create an agriculture-based innovation center that advances the commercialization of agriculture innovations and stimulates new agribusiness and supporting technology companies, thereby strengthening the agriculture employment base of Newberry and Florida. So I feel like that mission's hugely important because we wanted to try to encompass that entire mission in this zoning district so that we're as open as we can possibly be moving forward and getting anything in there that would be amenable to that site. Here is the location in the red there. There's the center of Newberry, and there's our ag food tech park right there in red. So some of you, outside of Mr. Long, because I think this actually started before you were ever even on the PZB, so this will be for you more than anybody. How we got here basically is back in 2018, the consultant at the time, CHW and V5 Now, they were asked by the city to take a look at what we can do to promote a land use on that property to promote the ag tech going forward. The land use was done in roughly 2018, but the zoning was not applied to the property. So we are here today applying a zoning district to that same land use category of corporate park. Here's some of those conceptual master plans I know many of you have seen at some of our meetings. And we have the intent and purpose of our zoning district, which you all have in your packet there. So we have permitted principal uses and structures. We have some things that are highlighted, which were changes made from one of the applicants, the consulting firm representing the landowner. We had shared this zoning district with him, and there were some comments that they had made regarding our first round of comments. And so here are some of the things that we added to hopefully bring to fruition some of the things that they had had. And I think Craig is here. So I think in discussions from Planning and Zoning Board to here, we have codified those in those highlighted areas. So we do know that there will be some growing opportunities on the property, and we wanted to make sure that was spelled out. And so that's why we added such as crop production. We also know that In the original plans, there was a conference center or event center planned for this property as well. And so we didn't have that listed in there. I think we had it listed as a special exception. We removed it from special exception. And we're just asking you, we did not restrict the size in it on the actual event center. And if that's something that you want to do, we can make those changes between first reading and second reading if you think that that is something that you want to do here. Public, private, and charitable architecture, agriculture-related, and food technology-related research, educational facilities, public utility services, technology-dependent and or computer-based facilities. Technology is the key here with the agri-tech, so agra and tech. So agriculture technology. So we're trying to leave it as open as we possibly can to get all those businesses interested in coming here. Some of the things that we feel were necessary to list as special exceptions and prohibited uses are listed here. So we said services that are incidental to the actual ag tech. Let's go ahead and list those in there. Daycare facilities might need to be necessary if you've got a big, large corporation in there. Athletic facilities, if they want to have a gym for their employees, those types of things would be special exceptions. We want to make sure livestock facilities and animal processing facilities are also in there, but because of some of the nuisance issues, we want to make sure those are special exceptions. Still promoting them, just maybe a little more oversight on them. Obviously, the accessory storage facilities, some of these yards get big. We want to make sure that they're buffered and covered properly. Some of the prohibited uses that we've been talking about are we don't want a large stock of parked agriculture equipment outside all the time. Those would be able to be, if they needed them for the actual ag opportunity that was on the property, they could be there as a special exception. But we don't want them just storing farm equipment on these properties. This is ag tech. They're going to be rolling around businesses, doing all sorts of busy things there on the site. We don't really want the use of tires, plastics, or plastic derivatives as a feedstock would be prohibited here. Heavy industrial activities, we already have an industrial park and a heavy industrial area. It doesn't need to be happening in our ag tech. We have some design standards that we have stated on here. This is in our gateway corridor. So we will be asking those front properties to be applying those overlay districts to that front corridor area. We have different lighting requirements regarding the complying with the dark sky standards. Sidewalks throughout the park, because while this is a corporate park, it's also ag tech park, and you want it to be so people can walk to different businesses. You've seen the Progress Park. It's all connected, and so that's what we're hoping we can get here in our ag tech. Yes, it is, and we're hoping to replicate that in an ag tech sense. Hoping we can use them as a good example. All uses must be conducted in such a manner to preclude any nuisance, hazard, or traffic impacts, including creation or emission of dust, gas, smoke, noise, fumes, odor, vibrations, particulate matter, chemical compounds, electrical disturbances, humidity, glare, or night illumination, or any other adverse impact on public health. We want that right. It's right there in the middle of our town. We don't want it to be a negative impact on our town. And again, recommended motion would be to adopt this ordinance, and the second reading would be on June 23rd, and I can answer any questions you might have related to a lot of that stuff that was just thrown at you.
I have one question.
Yeah.
All right, going along.
So
Commissioner.
with type of businesses we're looking at, we're not gonna have any lab grown meat in that.
Sorry?
Lab grown meat.
Oh, I don't know. They might be doing that inside the building somewhere.
I mean, we had a meat packing issue here,
Yes.
so.
That's right. Yeah, we maybe have to do the lab grown so that maybe that we wouldn't get such folks coming out against it.
I don't want no lab grown meat, so.
Yeah. I hear you. I hear
Are
you.
you talking about the printing on the meat? Like printing fake meat?
No, the impossible.
Yeah.
The impossible, the plant-based.
Okay,
I
we can
guess.
move on. I was more worried about railroad ties not entering over there.
I think this is a meat-eating town. I don't think we're gonna have many people doing that.
Ag tech, you can put a lot of fun to that.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. You can.
Commissioner Long, you done? All right, Commissioner Coleman?
Why can't we have, we can't have plastic, anything over there for,
Research?
I mean, it don't, I mean, here you can, I mean, they put feed in there for calves and stuff like that, and I don't get it. Am I reading this wrong?
Yeah.
Huh?
No, it's.
I mean, if somebody's over there got a bunch of biddies, they don't have them.
I don't think they want you burning it as a fuel source or.
Hang on a second.
Or as a feedstock is prohibited.
Yeah, they don't want burning up tires and stuff and having that as additive for, is my guess. They just don't want any of that, plastic burned. That's a whole
Okay.
other state permit and the whole 9 yards.
You good, Commissioner?
I reckon.
Do you want to
Manager
change any
Marlowe?
words? We can
You good?
suggest to change any words.
Well, I mean, if they researching biddies, chicken biddies, and they got those zingy waters there, I'm sorry, they're plastic.
No,
Am I reading it wrong?
Yes, Commissioner, I
It's-
think,
This is totally out of.
right.
It, no, they could use plastic for troughs and feed and the whole nine. They cannot be grinding up.
Source or feeding it to them.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
You can put it in chicken nuggets.
You would think that would go without saying. but
Yes.
These days, we put in things.
It would be grass-fed beef if it was eaten.
Right.
This is like the when you're in the bathtub using your hair dryer and you have the big long cord and it has all those do not do.
yeah,
That's what that is.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I don't either.
Zero. You gotta elaborate. All right, we do have any more discussions on this item? Okay, do I have a motion? I have a motion from Commissioner Long and a second one from Commissioner Mark Clark. Do we have any questions on this from the public? I see you biting at the bit. Go ahead, Norfleet. You got something to say? Go ahead. No?
I think he was
Okay.
thinking the
You're
same way.
yeah. I know, I see it. Seeing none, all that are in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, passes unanimous. Thank you very much, Stacy. Very well done. Very well said. All right, so I don't see it on here, but do you want us to get comments from the public at this point, or no?
For the internal clerk?
Let's keep moving it on. All right, so this is gonna be the discussion, internal applicant for the city clerk. This is Judy. You can sit right there. 30 years, you can sit right there.
But Commissioner, will you give her your microphone now?
Oh, I thought I was.
Okay, go back a little bit, and talk about the special meeting that we had and what was discussed and what direction the commission gave to the city clerk's office. We had one internal candidate that applied. The advertisement was ran internally from Monday through Monday. And the mayor met with our applicant separately from the city clerk's office. And the applicant met with me on the 29th at 11 o'clock. And I responded to the mayor and the city commission with my findings or my opinion. Which was very positive. She interviewed very well. I was pleased, and my recommendation was to appoint the applicant for the incoming city clerk. I've had discussions with a few of you, but one-on-one only. So I would like to open up the floor to discussion.
All right.
this time.
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I was not part of these emails, and the mayor apologized for not being here tonight, but he has also passed along his endorsement. He said something very similar. He may have already communicated that to you, but he did ask me to just say it publicly on his behalf, so. both interviewers, very pleased with the applicant.
All right, well, commission, any discussion? I see you just can't, you're eyeing me. Go ahead. I'm gonna let you have the floor.
Well,
Commissioner
Ms. Judy, will you
Coleman.
give him back the microphone then?
Chomping at the bit.
I ain't chomping at the
Chomp,
bit.
chomp, chomp, chomp. Go ahead and eat that mic. You got it. Commissioner Coleman.
I say, I like the applicant. Are we allowed to say the applicant's name by it? Yeah. Okay. Miss Randa, I didn't do an interview. I just knew her background, and anybody has extensive time with the bank and dealing with the public and off situations that happen, I knew she was gonna be perfect for it, and she has my full support.
All right, anybody else? I don't think is this a vote or is this just direction? We can go ahead and vote it? Okay,
I moved to approve that.
hang on. Go ahead, Commissioner Monty.
You have who does the negotiation regarding
So,
contract with
I
her?
thought that would be the mayor if we directed, if we gave direction for the mayor to actually negotiate with Judy on that, if that's what the commission unanimously decide they want to do. But if they're wanting to move to a different direction, if they feel that they know what they want, then we can go that route as well. Correct, manager?
I agree. I think you can either appoint the mayor to do the negotiating. If you think you've got consensus right now, you could make the motion. It's up to you guys. You guys have full control how you move forward.
This is our deal.
Right.
Yeah.
You can send the mayor to negotiate, or somebody can throw out a number and say, this is where my head's at. If everybody says that's where my head was too, y'all can be done with this thing tonight.
Wow, so we can throw numbers out.
Yeah, so, I'll go
I'm not
ahead.
saying that's what you should do. I'm just saying you
I mean,
can't have
the
to.
way I'm looking at this is, I looked at the low side,
Yeah.
and I looked at the high side, with the populations that Miss Judy put out for cities and stuff like that, and experience. And my number was 85. So that's where I'm at. I think she's perfect for it. And that actually is, it's a good number, and I might have to bring the city manager in on this, but that makes it net.
It's a net surplus to the budget.
Surplus to the budget at 85,000.
Now, question, is that with the certifications?
Well, she's gonna have to have a certain
Yeah.
period. I
Okay.
mean, if she don't get them, it's detrimental to her.
I think we should start her at the low end, and as she gets her certifications, we can increase her salary based on that. I don't think that someone with no experience should be starting at that rate of.
That's not the high end. That's
What
the
is-
low end.
What is the low end?
The low end is 60,000.
No.
Well, am I correct?
That's a lateral move. That's not even competent.
Okay.
I mean, she's fixing to take over and be a, charter, charter
I
officer.
agree, but what's the low end to the high end, Ms. Judy?
I believe what you guys voted on was 70 to 80 was the low
Right.
range. 70 to 80 was the low range, 80 to 90, and then 90 up. But it's been a little while now, so I might be wrong. But I thought it was 70 to 80 was the low. Anybody fact check me?
So
Again, if we don't feel like we have consensus, you can't just say we appoint the mayor to go
Yeah,
negotiate it.
that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mr. Mayor.
I'll do that, but I want to give my number.
You'll be able to give that to the mayor.
Oh, you can give it right here. I done gave mine.
You know what I'm saying, instead of.
Now, when we give it to the mayor to make the decision, is that it?
No.
I think you could, I think it would be helpful to kind of give everybody a little bit of head nod of what
Okay.
of where you're at. But if we're widely apart, I think it's better to let the conversation happen directly between one person and the applicant and then come back with a proposal. So again, you guys are in control of this process, but those would be the two obvious paths forward. One, authorize the mayor to go negotiate. If you want to give a range that you want to, that's fine. Or you can just say, go negotiate it, come back. You guys did pass the pay scale. I'm pretty sure it was 70 to 80 was the, and then it went from there. But again, I could be wrong. So that was it.
I say that we, Mr. Mayor, I say that we go ahead and vote her in that part. And I think that we should direct our city manager, which knows the numbers, understands all that, the mayor's brand new, and let him negotiate.
Don't want to put that pressure on him, that stress on the mayor.
Yeah, I mean, you with me, ain't you?
I see exactly where you're going with this. I like it.
I think that we should, our city manager would
Yeah.
do a fantastic job negotiating with Ms.
Like you don't want it.
I agree.
I take direction. I will just say it's a little odd to have one charter officer in charge of response. But again, I take direction. If you guys want me to, I do understand the numbers. I think I understand where you guys are at. And we can at least start there. But maybe it should be me and the mayor together.
If he's here.
Mute that.
This is good.
Okay?
So is the
Mayor and the
commission
manager
clear?
together?
Yeah.
So you want the mayor and you wanted them with
Yeah.
the city manager to sit down and,
I take direction. I'm here to serve.
all right.
But
And it can correspond with us.
okay.
All right, let's get a motion. We'll have a motion for
One
that.
more thing.
Go ahead, Commissioner
We're
Cole.
gonna be involved through that
Process?
negotiation. You're gonna call us up.
Whatever happens comes back to you guys for approval, right? And I will certainly make sure I call every one of you, find that kind of range where you're at, and I'll get back with you. Here's what moves everybody forward.
Okay,
Right?
yeah.
We have you, the mayor, negotiate the contract before we vote and make sure he is okay with
But
I don't think we would bring anything forward that the applicant hasn't already agreed to as well. So
it. But are we gonna vote her in and then you do the contract, or are we gonna do the contract and vote her in?
I think Coleman just,
yeah, let's
Go ahead.
Ms. Judy. She needs a microphone, Commissioner Cole.
I keep hearing contract, and your city clerk, me several past, was not on contract. That is correct.
I think that's how we did it.
We were appointed by the city commission.
We have a contract with us.
You're the one that was back there.
knew it was coming. I knew it was coming.
Mentally Northlake did that.
I mean, I would argue that it's probably a good idea to have a contract because that's where you can get things like administrative leave, managerial leave, charter leave, all of those peripheral things can be spelled out and outlined in the contract. But again, I take direction. So, whether the clerk gets a cell phone allowance, a vehicle allowance, those kinds of questions, if you don't have a contract, I don't know where that would happen. So,
Vote her in, and then and the money's not right, then she
can
where she's at.
decline. She can decline. Right.
We'll cross it.
All right.
But
All right.
let me ask a question. So Scott's under contract and you're under contract. So I would say that we do move forward and put
Contracts?
something there that gives her and everybody more skin in the game. Gives everybody really knowing
At least know.
what's expected, what they're gonna get. There ain't nobody coming back and asking the manager for something. There ain't nobody can add. It's all right there. So I think a contract would be great.
Check that out, Monty. Check that out. All right, so
In
should that be in a
1960,
motion?
They didn't have pen and paper.
Yeah.
Monty did.
I mean, I'm keeping tabs here. I think the motion should be to extend the offer to the applicant,
Okay.
to authorize the mayor and the manager to
Sit down,
enter into joint
negotiate.
negotiations on salary and other contractual considerations, and to bring back a proposal to the commissions.
And this motion also includes that it's gonna be this applicant.
It would
for the
be,
city clerk.
it'd be those
All right.
three things. This
So do I-
applicant,
Yeah, do I have that motion?
Miranda Hall.
Yeah, motion to approve.
Second.
See, man, I should just, see, you had
You wanna
motion. You
swap
could've got it,
places? You
man.
wanna swap places?
No, we'll go with it. Mark Clark, commotions, and then we have a second by, sorry, brother, I'm gonna give it to Mark Clark.
You gonna get it tomorrow?
Oh, Coleman, sorry.
Hey, man, don't.
Because that's.
You can have it.
All right, so do we have any questions from the public on the motion on the floor? No. Seeing none, all that are in favor for this motion signify by saying aye. Aye. Do any roll call? No, I'm just joking, just joking. It passes unanimously. Yep, Randall Paul, congratulations. The mayor and the city manager will be negotiating, getting back with us and getting back with you. So with that being said, this is where the commission would like, we reserve a little bit more time at the end of the meeting, 5 minutes right now for any of you guys, any cakewalk competitions, any bouncy house cleanings that you guys want to talk about. Feel free to come up to the podium, give it to us. Any sports going on, basketball, football, soccer? No? Any upholstery cleaning, sidewalk cleanings, none? Okay. All right, with that being said, we're gonna go to our city manager for comments.
Well, I want to report to you, it's been wonderful to be your city manager for one day. Unfortunately, it's been so stressful that I'm going to be taking tomorrow off. In all seriousness, I have a medical procedure tomorrow, so Jamie Jones is going to be your interim city manager for one day, and just in case that procedure doesn't go well, knock on, this is fake. Yeah, it'll be just fine, but we like to plan ahead for all contingencies. I'll be back Wednesday morning. I do have one request. This is a little bit strange, but we have critical needs out at Champions Park. Dangerous needs. I've tried to communicate with everybody about those needs. All of those needs together, separately, will come in clearly under the manager's spending authority, but collectively, we're probably looking at about $200,000. So I would like at least a head nod from you guys tonight that you know that we're going to be addressing those critical safety needs out there. I would love it in a motion, but I'll take a head nod, and then I'll bring that as a budget amendment back to you. But we're going to make sure that nobody gets hurt out there, and we don't have any of those kinds of problems.
Do you want a hit nod?
Whoa, wait. A couple $100,000.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, that costs you some
Million.
Yeah.
We got insurance.
Yeah.
Man, I don't like voting on that boondoggle out there, man.
This is just to critical infrastructure. We're going to fix the nets. We're going to fix the things that are trip hazards, those kinds of things. That's what we're talking about.
Safety.
We'll bring back a larger conversation, but these are things that are immediate. I would normally be, if I could have put it on an agenda, if I'd known, we would have done that, but we are where we are. So I'm asking for that head nod, and at the next meeting, we'll have a larger conversation about Champions Park.
I haven't seen a head nod yet, Coleman.
Well, I have seen 3, so we don't have to put him on the
Spot.
the hot spot here. But
He's
I would
used to
love a
it.
motion if we could made it. That just makes sure everybody is aware of what we're doing.
We got a motion from Donald Long on this, on upgrading the Champions Park facility
Just critical fix.
on the safety,
On safety
$200,000.
Right.
Do we have a second? We have Mark Clark on the second motion of that. Do we have any questions from the public on the motion? Seeing none from the public. No questions from the, do we have any? Go ahead, Monty, Commissioner Monty.
So, what happens when, having activities out there right now?
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, we've had at this point
I even had somebody threaten me at the Publix when I was trying to get a sandwich.
two or three complaints. We've had some people get hit by balls coming through the nets. We've had some people trip. So that's why we're coming. We know we have a larger conversation to be had, but these things have gotten to the point where we just need to fix it.
Yeah.
I'm with Coleman, $200,000.
We just have
Commissioner McClark.
I hear this about the boondoggle. Evidently, nobody comes to town on Saturday. There ain't no ice.
Yeah.
There ain't, every restaurant's packed.
Yep.
Public can't keep up with anything.
Yep.
So what it brings economically to this community, even though it was a boondoggle that started many years ago that got approved right here, not with this people, but got approved. Oh yeah, I ain't. And they had to go back and fix a lot of things. I'm just telling you that the economic driver is getting better.
Yeah.
Because now they don't go toward Archer and Gainesville a lot. I drive that road, and they're all coming to Newberry because we got better restaurants, because we got better stuff. So I think we ought to do it, and there's nothing, we don't want the black eye on us, for me, so.
No ice, no food, and you want more commercial.
Yeah.
We need
Oh.
more ice machines.
I would actually just echo Commissioner Clark's. I understand. I've been here. I came the very first day I was elected. The very first day I was elected, I was sworn in, and then we had to vote on that contract. It was already approved. It was going, but I had to vote on that contract that very first day, and we hit a pretty big speed bump, and it's taken a while. But I would applaud this commission because you guys have stuck with it, and you guys have actually corrected the issues out there. When I go to Stonehouse, there's a softball team in there, right? When I go around town, I see these people all over the place. So I know the history and I know what we have to overcome here, but I would say the park at this point is doing what the park was meant to do. All we got to do now is get a developer to come in with a hotel, right? And they stay, right?
Well, we have a developer in the room. What a coincidence.
I didn't know he was back.
I know, right? He's getting it. He's getting it. You're getting it over everyone else. But I do agree with you, Clark. I do. I like it.
It really does.
It does.
During the weekends I'm around,
Yeah.
and it is amazing what ball teams I see in these restaurants. Debs is packed, everybody.
You may get some businesses that are slow through the week, depending on who they are, but on the weekends, like Newberry Nutrition is packed.
They start
You know?
at 6:30
Early.
and Friday morning, the cars were coming.
Yep.
Just to let you know.
Tortillas,
So we're
Stonehouse.
recording.
I talked to the lady on Yellow Acres. That was busy.
Yes.
So you're gonna let us know those exact numbers?
They'll come forward in a budget amendment, but because they have tournaments, I want people out fixing those nets as fast as I can get them out there. I want to fix those trip hazards now.
There's been
And
a couple instances.
right, I'm trying to hear the commission when they say no bureaucratic red tape, but I'm also trying to follow policy, right? And I want you guys to know that if we have this issue, I feel like we need to address this issue right now, and that's why I'm bringing it up.
Rip the Band-Aid off. You good?
I'm good.
All right, Commissioner Coleman. All right, Attorney?
Vote.
Need to vote.
Oh, my bad.
So move.
You had the motion already. Commissioner Clark made the second.
Second. Okay, do you have any questions from the public on this motion on the floor? Seeing none, all that are in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Passes unanimously. You have any more comments?
That's it for me. Thank y'all.
Manager Marlowe? No?
Appreciate it.
All right, that's gonna take us to you, City Attorney.
Congratulations, Brenda. I'm excited for the opportunity to serve with you as a charter officer. You come from a long line of really, really good city clerks, one of which, Ms. Ellis, I can think of the meeting right now where she saved a very young attorney's inexperienced thing that was going on, and I remember it to this day, and I am just very happy that we have had such a great experience with city clerks. So you're coming into a really, really good situation. I'm excited for you. That's it.
All right, City Clerk? Commissioner Coleman.
Poor Randa, gotta deal with us 5 up here, 6. I mean, oh, Lord have mercy. It should be all right. It was great seeing all these kids here tonight.
It was.
And see, I mean, it was, Newberry's come a long way when it comes to all these sports. I tell you, it's crazy. All I hear all the time too while we're talking about sports is this pickleball, whatever the heck it is. Do we have pickleball?
Yeah.
We do?
We do.
I learned
We have it in one location, right behind me, and I think
You got
Easton-
Jimmy Durden has a court.
Jimmy Durden is delayed the last, but Easton has 2. Rod's not here, I can't turn it. Right? But Jimmy Durden is close, very close. Jimmy Durden is gonna
So it'll
have
be
the,
3?
well, we'll have 2 courts at Easton, and we'll have another location out at Jimmy Durden. I believe you can put 2 courts up there. Jimmy Durden will have one of those lockers, and you go in, you punch in your number, and you sign a waiver, and it'll open up, and you can set it up, play, and then you put it back in. So we'll have 2 locations, and that will be an at-will. At Easton, they run these nighttime things. They'll have it up, open court, you can come. But it has been very, very popular. I think both times that they've done it at Easton, it's been waiting. There's been a line waiting to go do it, and I think Jimmy Durden's gonna be a fantastic hit when we get it open.
Ooh, Coleman. Could have a third location at Champions Park.
Hey, can I sit and play pickleball?
You got to be real good at that.
No, but they have a kitchen.
They have a kitchen where you can sit. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Be dizzy though.
It's fun.
All right, man.
All right, Commissioner Clark.
You know, I just say, good meeting and congratulations, Brandon, on becoming the clerk. And, we've had a meeting with Stacy today and things are moving forward on that. Couple little changes that are gonna come before this dice. And God bless America and God bless the Marines that are going to LA, and I hope they butt stroke them all the way back to Mexico.
Commissioner Coleman.
500 going, baby.
I thought it was 600.
Well, let them ride.
I thought it was 1,000.
We're gonna need to do something like
Yeehaw.
editing here. Commissioner Munty.
Congratulations to Randa, and there's been some notable deaths in our community, along with Mark Clark's wife, mother passing, and Booker T. Hunt, who I've known for many years and always admired him. But I remember when he built the funeral home, we had a guy working for us named Junior Gett, and it took Booker T. Booker T. would, as he got the money, he built the funeral home. It was a long process, and Junior Gett told him that all the people were going to be dead before he got the funeral home built. It's sad that we had a lot of people pass, and life goes on, and that's pretty much all.
Commissioner Long.
Yeah, I second that. I just left his wake. I was raised up next to Booker T down on 194th Street heading towards Archer. His pigs always seemed to get out on the road every time we went to school. They go Booker T pigs, always getting out. So he had that old raggedy truck trying to get him back in, but I guess all I grew up watching, so I hate to see him go, and I paid my respects to him. Juneteenth, we're doing something at Freddie Warmack. Everybody in the community is welcome. We're giving out food. There should be music. Everybody come out and celebrate. So June 21st, come out and celebrate. And Rhonda, congratulations. Looking forward to working with you. Marlo, glad to see you here. Not full time. So good luck on your procedure. And hope to see you back well. So other than that,
Nice. They have like massive cornhole tournaments at those Juneteenth. Them boys are real.
I mean, I'm one of them.
Are you really?
Yeah, man. Cornhole is my game.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so here we go. There's a lot that's been said. Congratulations, Randa. Mayor Marlowe, I'll talk to you a lot, man. I've always felt we've had our talks. So congratulations to you as well. You had the Hunts, you had Mark Clark's mother that passed away. Mother-in-law that passed away. I'll say this. I apologize. Being a UPS driver, okay? So one of the downfalls to that job, you wouldn't think that there would be one, is that you have a massive amount of friends on that route, on your routes and wherever you go. So I can easily say I have over 1 million friends from all the routes that I've been over. And one of the saddest things about it is when you lose your customers that you so dearly, and your mother-in-law was one of them. And I'm trying not to cry here, but your mother-in-law is one of them. She was very strong. And there's another one off my route, she passed away. She was, I hope I get this age right. If not, I apologize. She was 90, she was 92, I think. And she passed away. So, we've had a lot of death. And I had, for you guys that are in this community, you may know this name. This is another big one that passed away. Charlie Jacobs. For you guys, yes. Yes. He passed away as well. So, hence why I'm wearing black tonight. There's a lot of huge deaths, man. This past week, it's been, started with my father-in-law. It's coming all the way down to Mark Clark, Charlie Jacobs, another family member. He's my uncle. So my condolences to all the families. Hope you guys do well. Okay. The next thing I want to talk about is if I can direct this to you, City Manager. Holders grade. So when they grade that road, and this is a complaint from, not a complaint, but just, you know, when they grade that road, they bring in nails and barbed wires. It just recently started happening, so if there's a way that we can eliminate that or watch it, or I don't know what or what you can do, and maybe this would have been a question for Jamie Jones, but I figured they told me today, they said, could you please bring it up? And so,
We'll absolutely investigate. That shouldn't happen when you grade, so something's gone wrong somewhere in the process, but I'll talk to Mr. Jones about it first thing tomorrow. We'll get to the root of it.
had a couple of flat tires, nails and tires, and so I thought I'd bring it up. And yeah. Yeah, then it rains. So one more thing. Summer meals program kick off. I didn't know that Easton, they've been doing it for years. They have but theirs is more of a congregate where you sit, or actually it is a congregate. MLK is a non-congregate, so you're able to sit down at Easton and eat meals for those that are less fortunate, or for those, you know. And they've been doing it for years. MLK, they just reestablished theirs. So they started theirs, I want to say, Friday? Yeah, because today's Monday. So they started theirs Friday. So it's a non-congregate site. It's a food drop-off. It's a site for distribution Mondays and Thursdays primarily. It provides food for the kids for the entire week and the weekend. And point of contact would be Tasha at the MLK Center, 352-722-3944. And also, they also provide Motive 8U, sponsored by the Children's Trust of Alachua County. It's a I Matter, You Matter, We Matter program, teaching kids about self-worth and positive and mental health. And it's age from kids from K all the way up to age 5. Living large. We'll cover topics of leadership, healthy and positive relationship goals, settings, and more. And that's actually for kids from 6th to 12th grade. And that's every Thursday. And this is all at MLK. Once again, you can contact Tasha over at 352 at MLK 352-722-3944. And if you guys wanted to like donate in any way, you could contact Easton. And that number is 352-722. Is that the same number? No, it's not. 3926. And you can just, ask for Rod or anybody over there with that information, and they'll be able to assist you in any way. I would like to thank everybody for coming out. Thanks, Mr. Matt, for coming out. It's good to see you. It's good to see you too, North Fleets. Good to see you back there, PNC member. Always good to see you. So a little history here, huh? Miss Parker. A little history. I always do dad jokes. Do you guys know what the Greeks cut their pizza with? Can anybody tell me? Yep, what they cut their pizza with. Little Caesars. I'm sorry. Little Caesars. Pizza. I'm sorry. Okay. Do we have anybody else with any other comments? If we don't have any, this meeting is adjourned. And actually, hang on, because you guys want to take a 5-minute break? 10-minute break? Go right into it? All right, this meeting is adjourned. And that's going to open us up to the CRA board. Here we go. All right. So with that being said, let's get right into it. Could I get an approval of the agenda as it was published?
So moved.
I have a motion from Commissioner Clark, and I have a second from Commissioner Long. Any comments from the public on the agenda, on the item? Seeing none, all that are in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. It passes unanimously. So that takes us to our first, actually, could I get a motion for the consent agenda now? I have a motion from Commissioner Monty, and then I have it seconded by Commissioner Donald Long. Do we have any questions from the public on the motion? Seeing none, all that are in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. It passes unanimously, which brings us down to our first agenda item, which is resolution to approve updated commercial facet grant program. And Attorney, could you please read the resolution by title?
Yes, sir. There's resolution number 2025 CRA 02, a resolution of the Community Redevelopment Agency, CRA of the City of Newberry, Florida, adopting an updated commercial facade grant program, repealing all resolutions in conflict, providing for severability, and providing an effective date. Appropriate motion is passed resolution number 2025 CRA 02 as read by title only.
So it's not gonna be UMA, it's gonna be,
Chelsea Bakaitis.
there you
Yes.
go. Go right
Yes.
ahead.
All right, well, thank you. This is my second time presenting, so I'm very excited to be here. So we are updating the business facade or commercial facade grant program. We are updating it because we want to make it an incentive to business owners to beautify the downtown and the central business area of Newberry. And so the old program offered some good incentives, but after speaking with some business owners at the Main Street meeting and speaking to some other businesses, we kind of figured out a way that we can offer more of an incentive for people to take advantage of this program. So the recommended action today is to receive the presentation and approve resolution 2025-CRA 02, which adopts the updates to the commercial facade grant program. So the total budget for the program is $37,500. And I just included a photo there. This is an example from a city in Georgia that had a similar facade program, and just an update that they did. Yeah, it looks like they removed the paint, and then they might have, it looks like they, to me anyway, they painted it red and then added some detailing that was already there. So make it look a little more historic, which would be excellent in our downtown. So the current program is a 50-50 match. We heard from business owners that this might not be enough, so we are recommending offering a 75-25% match. So the city would offer 75% of the total grant project, and the business owner would have to, they'd still have to have some skin in the game, and they would pay 25% of the project. We also increased the grant program from having a maximum of $5,000 to a maximum of $10,000. So a total project could be around $13,000, which the city covering $10,000 and the business owner, if we were going to go to the max, this is just an example, and the business owner covering about $3,000. But they can also do less than that if they only want to spend $5,000 on the total project. Maybe they're just doing awnings or something. So, but we're giving a max $10,000 because we were told that $5,000, just on some of these older buildings especially, the $5,000 just wasn't enough for some of these projects. So another change we made, before we offered reimbursement after the whole project was completed. Now we'll offer 50% reimbursement of the total project. They do have to provide a receipt that they paid their contractor, but if they can show that they paid their contractor 50% of the total work, we will reimburse them 50% of that project. And then we just added some language to kind of narrow down who this project could be for. So ineligible applicants are national corporate franchises, government offices and agencies, non-governmental for-profit tenants are eligible. Properties primarily in residential use and properties exempt from property taxes. And that's because some of these already have incentives, like properties exempt from property taxes, they already have incentives. And so that's why we included them as ineligible. All right, so again, the recommended action is to receive presentation and approve resolution 2025-CRA02 and adopt the updates to the commercial facade grant program. Thank you.
All right, thank you. So, City Attorney, could you?
You already read it?
You already read it.
My bad.
See, I'm on my game today, and you guys keep trying to correct me. No, you guys are throwing me off my game now, as I was.
I have a couple questions. Mr.
Deliberation. Go ahead,
Mayor Pro
Commissioner.
Tem. So the $10,000, is that 10,000 from the city and 10,000 from the
That's
owner,
50-50,
or is it, or would that be 10,000 total?
So it'd be 10,000 total that the city can give. So the project could go up to 13,000. just about.
Okay. Okay, and then, how much do we have allocated to do this program?
We have, yeah, 37.
So 37.5.
So even
So
though,
that's about 3 buildings?
so
Okay. I'm off the floor.
You're off the floor. So have you guys, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna add a couple things. It's budget season. You can always add some more in there if you would like to, if we want to expand on the program. That's one thing. The second thing is, if you have heard from business owners that the last process was onerous, they didn't hear anything from anybody, please let them know we have staff now that is directly handling this program, and please have them come reapply if you heard maybe some negative things from before. Please give us another try. We've changed the program, and we have staff that's ready to help them.
It is amazing what happens to a city when you get a city manager like Marlo. Man. Go ahead, Commissioner Clark.
Is the $37,000 budget gonna be an annual budget, or?
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of money in this CRA. I'm just wondering why we're limited to 37,000.
That's what we feel like is appropriate for this project. If
For
it's
the annual, for the whole downtown?
for the whole downtown annually every year. But if you would like, we can always,
I reckon if we had applicants come and beat down our door, it'd be one thing, we could discuss it if we needed to go up, but have we had anybody that's?
yes.
And I think that's where this number comes from. It's the historic ask, right?
But we
I
could go
think
up if needed.
Right, if we have made the process easier, I agree, we may have more applicants. And at this
Okay.
point, I think we have Chelsea and Ms. Umo, we're going out and saying, hey, we have CRA dollars. This would
Yeah.
be a good
Well,
project.
I mean, I know there's,
Can we help out?
okay.
Uma?
Just to add to that, this is just one grant program. There are 5 different grant programs in our CRA budget right now. So we can use, like we have demolition, we have another soft wash going on, we have facade grant, we have business incentives grant, and we are working for more. So if you have more options, which you have seen in other city, we can add those to our budget too.
Are there any businesses downtown that you guys are looking at or that have come to you that we can move forward on, or?
not in particular. Once this is approved, we do plan on starting to get the word out. We're gonna go and talk to all the downtown businesses, and such, but not in particular yet.
We're
Go ahead,
really,
Commissioner Clark.
How is the soft wash program, is it started today? And,
I will give you an update just after her presentation
Okay.
right now.
Look at that. Well-oiled machine.
I
Stacey?
just wanted to add, I don't know if any of you know the Honey Main Street building, but that awning and that window art of her business, we're hoping is going to really kick this off. It wasn't done with our program. She did that on her own, but it is really an eye opener of what that whole row can start to look like. And so we're hoping that her doing that will encourage others, if they don't have the funds or the means, they can come and speak to Chelsea or Uma, and we can help them get there.
Honey, where's that located at? Let me cut it out.
So, is this just for downtown, or will this apply to like 41 also?
the CRA district.
Yes.
You have, Commissioner Farnsworth, you have a brand-new laminated map that has the CRA district inside, well, you got the USA CRA Historic District. So if it's inside the Historic District, I'm sorry, inside the CRA, the purple line, they're eligible.
Okay, because that map,
You didn't lose
I
it already.
had to clean out one of my bedrooms just to open the dang thing up.
It's a big map. It's a big map.
You got bedrooms? Don't answer that.
You should know.
Okay, let's move along.
Man.
I will say to the question about businesses, I have approached a couple of businesses already. If you drive them down Seaboard Avenue, we've been able to work with a local business to remove the blighted car wash that's been there. It's been an attractive nuisance. That's no longer there. So I think we are aggressively using the CRA to go out and partner with our businesses, not only for beautification, but also to rectify blight.
2 additional homes as well.
I'm sorry, go ahead, Stacy.
Two different homes have been taken down, demoed with the CRA funds as well, that were in very bad shape.
Yeah, me and you had a conversation about a particular business that could have been in the CRA program. Is that business in the CRA program?
We have a meeting with that business, Shorty's, on the 17th. On the 17th to have that conversation with them.
That was exciting. It's good to hear. All right, so let me see, where am I at here? So after deliberations, you just need a motion. Now, is this motion going to include the 25%? All right, do I have that motion? I have a motion from Commissioner Long, and then I have it seconded by Commissioner Clark. Do you have any questions on this from the public? Seeing none, hearing none. All that are in favor for this, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. It passes unanimously. That moves us on to our next item, which is, let's go here. CRA update.
Yay.
And that's you, Uma.
Yes,
Take it away.
That's me. Thank you so much. My name is Uma Sarmishta. I'm the CRA coordinator. And yes, I will update you about everything what's going good in CRA. We have a new executive head for CRA, Mr. Manager. And then Chelsea just provided us with a nice update on the facade grant. That was one of the grants which we were looking to help our businesses downtown. And I'm sure with the change in this, there will be many people coming in to get the use of that grant. So as we were discussing, this is our CRA district. It's not just the downtown. This year we are focusing on downtown and the historic district, but we want to go beyond that. We will be working with the Seaboard Drive. We will be working with the US 41 and some of the strips there, and working with the new businesses there. So that will be coming up soon too. One very good thing which happened this year that I'm happy to say that we submitted our annual report this year, which grew from two pages to 53 pages of total annual report, the 2024 annual report. And I have submitted that for the award in the annual conference this year. So hopefully we will get it. This was a big change. We moved from just providing the budget to providing all the details on what is happening with, and it's not just about helping the downtown people. We are making these sidewalks, we are doing infrastructure, and those are also important to showcase, and that's what we showcased in our annual report this year. So as I said, sidewalk program is going very great in our community right now. We are making sure to make it more walkable. One thing which we are discussing and we have started working on is safe route to school and safe route to library. So we first project is done, which is safe route to the park. So around Lois Ford Park, we already got some sidewalks. The next route is from 255th to 2nd Avenue around the football court and going to the library. That will provide the safe route for kids to go to library. And that will be a good project for our CRA. Soft wash is very exciting, and we are very happy to announce that finally after, I think on December 9th, we got the direction from CRA direction from all the board members and our chair that we should have a soft wash program. We contacted lot of contractors. We contacted all the business owners on downtown, and that was long process. Finally we got a very good contractor, Opal Industry. We got a cost of $6,725, and that includes 6 buildings who is participating, because this was a contract. We have to get the legals in, we have to get the legal signed on the waiver and on the contract with the contractor and with the business owner. So finally it is going tomorrow. So from Tuesday, June 10 to Thursday, June 12, 2025, we will have our first ever downtown soft wash program. And we are excited about that. If you see anybody doing cleaning up there, you will know that it's CRA work going on. Just give us a thumbs up to them and come and tell us that is going on. Honk them, yes, that's also good. So that's what it is, a big thing. And it is coming from our facade grant right now, because last year from the facade grant we didn't get much of inquiry. So we thought we will approach the business owners and we will ask them. So we went and we got each and every one. Chelsea and I went to all the businesses. explain them what is it, this and how we are, what we are looking forward in there. So finally, we got 6 buildings to be ready for this. One is the pharmacy, one is the doctor's building, 2 of our building, and then one down 1906, I think, right? Yeah, so these are the buildings which is going from tomorrow to. So it's a part of facade program. I will not go ahead in that because Chelsea did a good job with explaining what's facade grant and how it is changing. So this is the overall projects we are doing around in our CRA district. We have road constructions going on. We have another big project which we are looking forward to do is a Berry Park beautification, like making it as a third place when our city halls come in, and then where people can gather, they can eat their lunch, they can pick donuts from other side of the road and come and sit there. That's again, and then it's a place of our Christmas. So we always want to be the Christmas capital of Alachua County. So that will be one of the attraction there. And then we are also working on the Hitchcock Pond landscaping. Part of that is FDOT. And this morning I got to know that after a lot of back and forth, they are removing those dead trees from there, and we are trying to change all the landscapes there. So trying hard to get that as a gateway to the CRA district. So we will be working more toward making that place beautify. Another thing which we did is we just working on the Seaboard Drive. There is a property, trying to acquire that to make it, again, a place where we can have either farmers market or something. We are still, that will come to CRA board once we decide what we are doing with that. Apart from that, last whole year, we had a good discussion with Downtown Strategy, and they made like really nice plan, which are actionable. We are trying to move forward with the implementation plan with them, where they will help us to do all the implementation. If there is some ordinance required, or there is some resolution required, they will help us to create those things. At the same time, they will give us some rendering of what should go where, what are some of the, like sometime having advertisements on the storefront is very important for downtown to publicize. So something like that. So we need those kind of attraction from other cities and what they do. So that will help us to grow. So this is one thing which we will be doing. So ongoing projects basically is facade program, Berry Park beautification, Hitchcock Pond, Seaboard Drive, implementation of downtown strategies, mural, which I will be presenting next. We are almost toward the end of our mural project for the first year. Then we are doing a lot of road construction and the sidewalks to make our CRA district and the downtown district more walkable and more approachable. So that's from my side about the update. I'm here for any questions.
Any questions from the commission? I do have a question. Is there a particular order that
No.
you're gonna approach those in?
These are some of the ideas, and if you have more ideas, give it to us. This is our ideas, what we came as a team, but this is our plan for next year. But if you have something where you are driving and you think that could be a good project for our CRA, we will definitely consider
I'm just
that.
glad to see that old, I think it was a gas station right there off of Newberry and 47, right? I'm glad to see that that's on the list, 'cause that's a huge,
Yes.
next to you, buddy. Right next to you, that's a huge
Yes.
eyesore, so.
That's even my eyesore. I'm trying really hard, and actually recently on ChatGPT I got really nice rendering of that. Yeah. But I need someone to buy that property, or like we have developers here who can buy the property, and then we can help them to make a new place. Block, yes, and that could be a very good breakfast place. That could be a very good coffee place. There are a lot of could be, yes, and
You only have one location in the county?
that's a good one to approach. Let me talk.
Mayor Marlowe, City Manager Marlowe?
Yes.
I mean, if you're telling me that I need to go to Krispy Kreme,
You gotta come back with some donuts.
talk to them about it, right? I will be glad to head down that direction. You know.
Yep.
All right, so is that, do we need a motion on that? No, that's just an
It's just
update.
an
Thank you for
update.
the update, Uma. Very
Okay.
well. Nice. All right, so do we have any questions from the public on this particular item? Seeing none? All right. Great feedback. So any feedback? No, we're done. All right. Thank you very much, Uma.
I have one more, the last one, which is the Annex Building Mural Program. And that has been, I think we started discussing last year when we approved that we should have more murals here. We did a good amount of work. We involved community. We are here with some designs here for approval. And once that's approved from today, we will go to Harb, because it's a historic building. We will go to Harb Board to make sure that they also like it, and once it's done. So let me just give a background on that. So the intent here is to mural on the annex building. The cost is approximately cost was $5,000. We got a matching grant from $2,000 from the county, so we are doing $2,000 more. So we have $4,000 on the grant program. Once this is approved from today, it will go to the Harb Board for on 16th. They are very courteous. They are doing a special Harb meeting just to make sure that this comes in again on 16th of June 2025. So I won't go with why mural. I think everybody know why mural is important, so I'll not go in detail there. Just to give an idea, we got a grant. We got a grant last October 2024, and that fund was distributed to us. We have a funding period from October 1, 2024 to September 30th, 2025. As I said, the grant was $2,000, and we are doing a CRF matching grant of $2,000, so $4,000 altogether. We did involve citizen. We did a lot of community engagement through our Facebook posts. We got some great ideas. Then again, we did another round for call for an artist. We finally got two. One of those was kind of out of our budget right now, but if in the future we have more money, we will definitely think and talk about that. But here we have one artist who is ready to work with us. He is a person who has done a lot of work in Gainesville and in Newberry. Our old Newberry sign on Joel's Coffee was done by Fam Visionary. Our Spring Hill Veterinary Place, that was done by him. And this husband and wife want to come and settle down in Newberry, and they are ready to do whatever cost we say. They are ready to not take any extra money. They said, whatever you can pay, I want to be a part of Newberry. So then we went with our city staff to discuss what we need in our, and I think I sent first round to the board also, what we need. And a few things that came up is that it should be a postcard style, and there should be all Newberry symbols. So finally, we got something like this, and it is on the annex building right now with that window also. So if the board approve, we can go ahead and get an approval. If there is something we need to change, like color or something, let us know. I talked to the artist 2 days back also, and he's excited, but he's ready to do some rendering if the board has some other questions on there.
Where's this gonna go?
Right there, on the annex.
Do you have any questions?
Yes.
This is the wall. This is the side of
There's that little window there. Can that be? Is that necessary to have that, or can it be done over?
That's the only window on that wall, and he incorporated that window. So I don't know. That wall has just
can
that
it be
window
filled
there.
in, or does it have to? Is it a necessary window, or?
I can ask that question tomorrow and find out. It's very limited on light in that
Yeah,
room.
there is no other window there.
Yeah.
Outside of the door.
But I don't think it actually
But it's
gives
not-
a lot of
it's
light
not
either.
really big.
Right. So it may be something that we can do stucco across of it just to make the painting work. So we can certainly. I had the same thought. Like that's kind of an eyesore in the middle of.
Right.
Just paint it the same color.
Yeah.
I mean, I like the number 2 and number 3.
Yeah.
I think that the train, maybe we can put in the Veterans Memorial
Okay.
instead of the train.
Can you go back on their screen for the people watching at home to 2 and 3?
And on the Panther, I don't know that we can make that a Florida Panther, or does it need to be?
We got a new kind of Pete.
I think we got a blue panther here, Black Panther.
Right, that's not Florida Panther though.
Okay.
Take it easy now.
We got a Newberry Pride, Pete Panther.
I tried, but then when I looked at the Newberry mascot, I
Yeah.
realized it's a Black Panther, so.
Right. I see that it's on the first one, the first sample
Yeah.
at the Florida Panther.
I mean, I think
I
that
don't
you
know
guys
whether-
should take a little bit, because we can take a picture out of one,
Right.
but once it's on the wall, it's on the wall. So
I-
that's what
I
we
can
need is the
tag it.
feedback. Say that again, Commissioner.
I can tag it and once it's on the wall, put my signature on it. I think they look pretty good. I think it looks really great. Yeah.
The final one?
The one on,
The semifinal?
Third
the third one's my favorite.
This one here?
This one
Number
here?
3?
Yeah. I do like that second one with those cypress trees too,
Okay.
but they both scream Florida, so I like that.
So should I get the train removed and put the veteran memorial there?
Put the Veterans Memorial
Okay.
there.
We like tortoises. We've had a good experience with gophers. We like gophers.
We actually have a gopher sanctuary here in
We do.
Newberry.
We do. Very expensive.
So, okay. So this is me. So, what, okay, that looks, to me, it doesn't look like Newberry. Just me? It looks like Miami, looks like a big city. It doesn't look like Newberry. What differs us from every city? I drive, and I've seen that type of style in a different city. It's just me. What building is that? Yeah, what building is it? Like, what is it? How old is it? What is it?
That's an old fire station.
That's the old fire station. How many people you think would gather that information from that? This is just me.
I don't think anybody cares.
I think it's more of a community thing.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like, information. What makes a small town is information about the small town. And it's just, to me, I mean, I see watermelon.
Watermelons, you got
Yeah.
church.
Alachua has the same thing.
Red Schoolhouse, you got a Panther, you got an American flag.
What is that in the middle of the American
That bird,
flag?
I've never seen that bird either.
That's the
It's a jump, they're all over my pond.
That's the letter R and the center of the R.
Watermelon.
They have.
Oh, I got it. Looks like a D in the middle of the flag.
Different colors.
So,
does
on
a little
point
different
of,
though.
Commissioner
I'm just one
Maison,
person.
no, we tried, actually, we knew and we tried getting the picture, so if you have an old picture of the fire station, we will be able to ask the rendering to be getting there, but right now, we tried all old pictures to find,
It's old Florida all day long, but
What,
you're-
what if we put the train where the bird is, and we put that way you have the nod to the train that this commissioner's talking about, but you get the Veterans Memorial in the W, which is wider, and I think it'd be better for the Veterans Memorial.
Sand Hill Crane ain't a native of Florida, they just come here.
Right.
And then they go back.
But that way you keep the train. Well, I'm thinking I'm getting trains and fire trucks, but you can swap the train for the old fire truck, and you can put that in there. That'd be the nod to the fire truck. Is that water that we're looking at in the background? Because it kind of looks like old Florida swamp.
It's a prairie.
Kind of
It's a prairie.
It reminds me of Watermelon Pond or Half
Right
Moon
in the front
Pond.
of,
Yeah.
I think we need Andy Cook in his boxing gloves from about 40 years ago. Back when he fought.
That didn't last long.
So train gone, Veterans Memorial in, bird gone, and the old fire truck. 'Cause we got a pretty cool fire truck. We could do a little the front of that, the Rio, right? Put that kind of in the same position that the train's in. That would be the nod to it's a fire station.
On the second one, what's that building there? Is that
I think so. Can you go back to that one, Mizuma? Yeah. I think that is mining.
Oh, the mine, that's the
Yeah.
mine.
I just think you lose the end. That doesn't really look like an end to me. It looks like a square. Come on down.
Down the street,
Come on down. You
can't
got,
read that.
you got to talk to the mic.
Come
Come on.
It's for pictures.
Yeah.
The pictures are great. I'm Peggy Lloyd, by the way.
Hey, Peggy.
You can't read that. So if you want Newberry to be important, you either need to change the style of the letters. I like the idea of all the different pictures. But what does that say?
Yeah.
You can't see what that's saying, Newberry.
Does it? Can you flip to number 3? Because these I agree with you completely.
There was
But the third one I can.
There was one that was better when you used the word. But there
Yeah.
was also one where there was a bunch of kids eating watermelon in the train that you could change what the pictures were, but they were just pictures and not the word. Yeah, even
That looks better to me.
that one's better.
This was the first one he provided.
Come on down.
I don't know that one with the Newberry. I mean, no phosphate backing. I mean, we have all this beautiful land out here, not greenery with cows in the background. I just feel that
Right there, buddy.
that's in a letter though.
I like that. Cows in that bottom. You designed this.
Absolutely not.
Put the cows in the prairie.
Put
Melina Parker, I'm on your planning and zoning and Harb and all of that stuff. Also, NHA and Main Street and all the things. So I'm very invested in this. How long, the May 13th we put that out, how long do we hold for artists?
8th of May was the last.
So I don't know if I should wait for the Harb meeting to discuss this, but
good,
I'd like
right
to see more artists. I really would. I don't know if we got not a lot of traction on the article or something, but I'd like to see some variety. I know they did one, but I'd like to see something different and someone else to give us an idea. Maybe that's not enough time.
Mr.
I
Chair.
didn't see it.
Yes, I'm sorry, man.
I'm sorry. We actually already paused it because I had 3 artists that were gonna submit. So we paused it. We waited another 2 weeks. One of the artists ended up submitting, but his budget was about 5 times what our budget was. The other 2 artists decided they didn't want to undertake something so big. So for that exact critique, and because I had told these people they would have an opportunity, so we paused it twice. We are under a time constraint now in order to get the matching grant. So I think at this point, you guys need to give your feedback, and then let us move forward. So if you want to switch images out, if you want to change the background so that it looks more Newberry landscape, now is the time.
Well,
And
all
I
you
would-
did is street, and they like it, so.
I was just gonna
That's
say
just-
too, right here, this Florida, how the FLORIDA is pulled out. We can maybe have him look at it so that the Newberry is pulled out like a 3D, so that you'll be able to see it when you go by. Go to the 3rd drawing if you don't mind.
The one is all dark, and then there's one with contrast. Have a light background and dark letters. It's a lot easier to read than dark letters on dark background.
I think that really all I want out of a mural is a good place for people to get pictures, right? So if this is an arc for the word and people can kind of stand in the middle and get a good picture, then, and I think we're gonna have other murals. Commissioner Long, you had something that you liked? Okay.
This is just the first one. If we get a successful first year, I can apply for the state grant. State grant want 1 year of successful mural project, and then you can go with a big budget, and then we can get more artists. The next building could be pharmacy building because we will be working on and then we can think more about, because that's a bigger building. And this time when we were choosing, we have limited budget and limited time.
I think we can read it. I mean, this is the public thing. I don't care.
I just think the end,
I just like that.
I think we can pull it out.
The colors in it are good, and I
Right.
think it's.
I think we can.
darken up or do whatever they ask to do.
I think we can give that feedback to the artists and say, we want to pull the letters out. I think that end in particular needs to be, and then again, just to reiterate, to make sure we're following direction. We're gonna take the
Cows in the field?
train out, putting the Veterans Memorial in, taking the bird out, putting some version of the Rio back in to nod. That's what I've heard so far. Got a head nod.
So we got a fire station already?
No, that's the Little Red
no,
Schoolhouse.
Schoolhouse.
Yeah. And we can give some pictures to the artists of the Rio so they can put that in.
Yeah, vote it up. They can do whatever the public wants.
All right, I got 3 head nods. I'm looking for 4. Do I have 4? For all of that feedback that I just said, we're gonna pull the,
Yeah, bring back another rendition or a couple more renditions.
we're about out of time. So that's why I'm saying we gotta go back to the picture, Ms. Uma. So one more, we're gonna take the train out,
Best you can.
you Veterans Memorial in, bird out, a version of the Rio in. We're gonna make the N more pronounced, all the letters more pronounced, and we're gonna put a cow grazing peacefully in the prairie.
That's right. Put
Right.
cows in there.
Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
That's good? All right, I got 4.
Now we need to decide what kind of cow.
You're right. You're right.
About black.
Black Angus cow. I mean, that's the most.
You're right. Right in the middle.
See, I would have gone with the Brahmin. That's why you're up there and I'm down here. See,
There you
know,
go.
you
Like
got
Angus,
that.
baby.
Right. Okay, let's let Ms. Uma off the hook here. We good? Ms. Uma, you got your feedback
Okay, yes.
that you need?
Yes, I think
Okay.
train gone, veteran in, Rio in, bird gone, and in the background, some cows,
Angus.
and haze.
Cow.
Angus, yes.
Are we good?
Mm-hmm. So
Hey, do
if-
you know why cows have hooves? Because they're lactose. They're lactose.
Oh, sorry. You have more. I didn't hear that.
He's joking. He's joking.
Yeah, he's.
Come sit down before it.
Thanks,
just
Uma.
keep on talking.
Thank you, Uma. It's getting late. That's what we do when it gets late around here. All right. So yeah,
we do
had
need
dis-
a motion.
Had a discussion. So we have a motion from Donald Long and a second from Monty. Any questions from the public on the item? Seeing none, bunch of smiles. All that are in favor of this mural signify by saying aye. Aye. It passes unanimously. With that being said, that concludes our items, and that moves us to our comments. Executive Director, CRA Attorney.
You want to do citizens first?
I'm sorry.
Citizens comments.
Citizens comment? I figured 3.
Yeah. Mr. Chair,
Citizens are
I
good?
just have one comment about the nails in Holder Grade. So we have been pulling the ditches back to the crown because we've got some complaints out there that the rock has been shifting into the ditch, so we've been leveling that out. We don't really have the ability to see fence staples or nails if they're in the road when we do that. If there's anything large, we do stop and we remove that, but that is the answer. We will get with the property owner, see if anybody's been redoing fences out there and maybe not picking up the fence staple, something like that. But that's the answer to the question in the previous meeting. That's all my comment, Mr. Chair.
Was fast. That was a record. You're doing good.
Well, we
In
got
your
assistant
position,
managers
you're
at
doing
home
great.
watching a meeting right now. They're
You're doing
answering
good.
even though it's late.
All right, CRA Attorney? Nothing? All right, let's go to the board. Judy? Coleman? CRA Coleman? Board Member Coleman? God bless America. That's right. That's right. CRA Member Clark? Board Member CRA, Board Member Monty? You say ditto? Okay. CRA board. With that being said, we are adjourned.